Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. Today in this video I am working on a return client. I will link her previous set in the cards for you to check out. It was really fun and bright and abstract. This client enjoys that kind of style. This set is going to be nothing different. It's going to be really creative and abstract, I guess, but it came out really pretty, and the colors we used were really fun and I guess appropriate for the upcoming spring season that's on its way to everybody. So I'm getting started. I had already moved her set. I had prepped her hands a little bit, like pushed her cuticles back and everything, cleaned them off, and then now I'm just going in with a fine sanding band at a low speed on my old e-file. I have a new video coming out. I will be talking about this e-file a little bit and unboxing a new one because this one died on me, so stay tuned for that one. But I'm just going in and cleaning off her cuticles if anything's left over, and just roughing up her natural nail that has grown out since her last appointment. After that, I'm going to go in with my regular priming system. I like to use the Mia Secret dehydrator and primer, and then a thin coat of Young Nails protein bond. It works for me. I use it on everyone, even on myself, and you know, it's been working. If you're interested in the sets that I have on my hands, my left hand, the bright neon one, is an 80s kind of Miami vibe palm leaf neon ombre set. It was really fun and cool. That card will be linked so you can check out that video. And if you're interested on my right hand, it is a dark green textured snake vibe set. So that was really fun. I did that with my left hand and it was really cool. And it's been holding up well. It's been getting a lot of attention, so I'm really happy with that set. To get started, I am just going to be giving her a fill-in with some clear acrylic. We are doing a polished design today, so no need for colored acrylic. I'm just going in with my Young Nails Pore Clear and the Mia Secret monomer. I have a huge container of it and have been just trying to, use it, but it's a really good monomer. The pacing is really nice, and I am enjoying it. Nothing crazy. This client likes her nails to be a little bit thicker than normal, so instead of just giving a thin overlay, I am building up a little bit more structure. As you can see, I'm using a thicker, drier bead and just letting it kind of set in the middle of the nail and then massaging it down over the edge. She enjoys a pointy almond kind of shape, not necessarily a stiletto, not necessarily a round. So you will see I'm kind of pushing the acrylic around to give her that shape, but nothing crazy. She just wants it to be thicker so it has more of an apex on the nail, even at this length. Watching these videos is interesting. Just, I talked about this in a previous video, but like, it's really cool to see your progression. Watching myself apply this acrylic is it's really nice to watch, I guess, to see the growth. I still remember, what are we talking about? I don't know. But like, I still remember being so nervous to work with acrylic, like, oh, it's gonna set on me too fast. I was nervous, my hands were shaking. I still remember the first set that I did on someone. It was my neighbor, and it was a mess. So like, I'm just so proud every single time I do a new set. I'm growing, I'm learning, and the application gets better and better. As you can see, none of these really need much filing. The application is just that good. So I'm just proud of myself. I'm just patting myself on the back. So, that's all I wanted to say about that. And if you were wondering why after every finger she's checking it out, it's because this client is just very particular and really insisted on having a thicker nail. So I was just checking in with her after each finger to make sure that the thickness was, up to what she wanted, because, the client is almost always right. But yeah, that's what I was doing basically after every finger. So last nail, I am just going to get a nice thick bead of acrylic. It's a little bit drier, so I did tap it on my napkin a little bit, and then I'm just going to push it up towards the cuticle area, making sure not to flood the cuticles and sidewalls. If I do, just using the tip of the brush to kind of swipe away any excess product. And then as it's setting or polymerizing, I am just going to use the body of the brush, not the tips of the brush, because you don't want it to get caught up in the acrylic, but the body of the brush to kind of massage it down over the nail. And if I feel like it's running a little too fast, I'll dry my brush and kind of push the product back up so it sets a little bit thicker in the right areas. That's pretty much it. So like I mentioned before, this client enjoys a pointy almond kind of shape. So you can see it's a little bit softer than a stiletto. It doesn't have that sharp taper to a point. It's a little bit of an almond, but she likes it to be pointy. So I'm just going in with this medium grit hand file, and I will be giving her that shape and doing a rough file over the surface as well. After that surface file and shaping, I am just going in with a fine grit. This is a carbide bit, and I'm just smoothing out the surface of the nail and cleaning up her sidewalls and cuticle area. There's not much to do in terms of smoothing the nail. The acrylic application was fairly smooth and simple, but I'm just going over it to fine tune pretty much anything that I feel on the nail. After going in with the E file, I'm going over all of the nails with a buffing block just to make sure that we truly smooth out the nails. Like I mentioned, we will be doing polish designs on this set, so I wanted to just make sure I had a smooth surface to work on. So I did have this client wash her hands, but I like to go in afterwards anyway to come back and spray with alcohol. In this case, I'm using Young Nail Swipe, and then use a manicure brush to clean. So to get this started, we're up to the design part now. I am using this really, really beautiful nude gel polish by Kiara Sky. It is called Cheeky. I actually used the acrylic version of this color, also from Kiara Sky, in a recent video. I will link that for you to check out. This came in a set. I got it last summer. It came in a set of like nudes. It was maybe 6 or 7 different nude polishes, and they all have varying skin tones. This one is called Cheeky, and it's my favorite. It's a warm, peachy kind of nude color, and it's really, really gorgeous. So the client was asking for a semi-sheer nail. So if you're wondering why I'm not applying so much product, that's because she wanted to be able to see her free edge through the nail. She loved the color though, so when I did apply one coat, she asked me for a second coat. So you can see it's a little bit more opaque, but they're slightly sheer. I'm using this really cool gel polish that I got from AliExpress, and it basically has, it's clear, but it has these black specks of, I don't even know what, glitter chunks, I guess. And it gives you that speckled egg look. So I am just applying it to her ring finger, and I'm not really applying it like a polish. As you can see, my focus is to get the speckled pieces. You have to shake it up because it does settle at the bottom of the container. But I'm just placing those pieces on the nail and kind of pushing them around until I kind of have the coverage that I want. I thought that this would be a really cool thing, especially for this set at this point, because we were pretty much winging it. I didn't have a plan in mind for her. I rarely do. I'm just kind of like, let's just try this. And she's like, yep, do it. So at this point, I thought that this gel polish would be really, really cool, especially with the shape of her nails and this color. It's just really soft and gorgeous. So I wipe my sidewalls and free edge and cure for a full 30 seconds, and we've got a speckled egg nail. I'm going in with some white gel polish. This is one from Modelones. Okay, so I know it's called Model Ones, but I heard someone talking to me and they mentioned it as Modelones, and now I can't stop saying Modelones, but I know it's Model Ones. This is from their Great Gatsby collection. It's just a regular white gel polish. It's the first white that I could find, but you can use pretty much anything. And to get this kind of design, I basically took the brush out, cleaned it off on the tip of the container, and then wiped the brush on my napkin to basically dry out the brush. I'm basically dry brushing these stripes onto her nails. I'm gonna have her cure for 30 seconds, and then we're on our way to making this gorgeous abstract design. So I've got the palette out. That means we are doing some hand painting, and I've got my liner brushes. I love these liner brushes. I talk about them all the time. I've got a super thin one, as you can see, and I'm using this really gorgeous. We were both surprised at how much we like this color. It's by McCart, and it's from a pastel collection of polishes that I also bought last summer. And I don't know the number, but it will be linked down below, of course, you know, as always. But it's a really, really gorgeous peach, like a soft pinky peach. And I thought it played really well with the background color that we used from Cara Sky. So I am just drawing these abstract square edge thingies, I don't know, double squares, and I will be adding that speckled black gel polish in between the lines. So I'm making them fairly thin. I just want a hint of this color, and then I'm gonna have her cure again. We're curing in between every single step. I know that I'm like notoriously bad at that, but I was really cautious this time because I was like, I don't want to mess anything up. So after applying these, and look at my gorgeous nail, after applying these lines, I'm having her cure for 30 seconds. So to tie in the black gel speckled polish, I added some on a palette, and I'm basically just picking up those pieces with a thin brush, because when I went in with the brush from the actual polish, I was getting mostly gel and no speckle. So to make sure that I got the speckle, I am just picking up the pieces and placing them within the shape that I drew with that pink gel polish, that peachy color. So in between, you see what I'm doing. I don't know how to describe it, but the shape that I made in that negative space, I am going to be placing the speckled pieces, kind of, you know, spreading them apart, but just bringing in that black into the rest of the set. After I'm done with this, I'm gonna have her cure for another 30 seconds. And the design continues. So I am using some transfer foil gel, and I'm using a very, very thin coat. I'm applying it basically over all of the nail really roughly. And we will be applying some rose gold foil to her nail. So it's just solid foil. I crinkled it up, and then I'm just going to be dabbing it onto her finger. Remember, this is an abstract design. It doesn't have a specific, you know, anything to it. So I'm just creating random shapes and designs. So this foil gel has to be cured before you can stick your foil to it. So I have her cure for a full minute, and then we are going to be adding this rose gold foil that I've had actually for like a bajillion years. I've had it for like 10 years in this container. But it worked out really great today. We're getting a hint of metallic, which I thought was nice. And yeah, I crinkled it up. I'm just dabbing it onto the nail randomly, so we get little hints of sparkle around the nail. So at this point, we wanted a little bit more black. So I'm going in with these black leaf stickers. And because that transfer foil is still sticky, it is helping to make sure that these stickers adhere really well to the nails. And I am just using thin, sparse leaf-let designs, I guess, on the abstract nails, basically every nail except for that main speckled egg nail. And I just think that it helps to bring in the black a little bit more on this set. So at this point, the client asked me to go over the lines of that peach color just because we lost it a little bit with the speckling that we put in between and with the stickers. And I thought that that was a really good idea. So I'm just going back over the lines as nicely as possible. I'm going to make a crap ton of mistakes, I think, on this finger. We were talking a lot. We were laughing. We were watching this documentary. You're going to see right on that other vertical line, I'm going to take it down a little too far. I think I did it like 3 times, guys. Like it was, look, I did it there. Then I wiped it, right? Love gel polish because you can do that again. And watch, I'm going to do it again. Watch. I did it again. I think I did it 3 times, but look, that's the beauty of gel polish. You know, you can just wipe things away. Oh, okay, I did it twice. Got it. But that does happen. And then she wanted some dots on the nail. So remember, I mentioned these brushes all the time. The other side of these brushes have dotting tools in varying sizes. So I just flipped that bad boy around and added 3 dots to each of her nails with the same peach color. After this, we both felt like we were losing a bit of the white that we originally added to the nails, so I'm just going in with a smaller version of a dotting tool and adding 3 white dots to each of the nails, and then I'm going to have her cure again. Alright, so we are going matte with these nails. I am first going in with a glossy, just a regular base coat. This is the Beatles base coat. I just felt like because the nails had so much texture on it, I just wanted to seal everything in and kind of smooth it out and get it ready for that matte top coat. Also, because the speckled gel polish, these pieces are not flat like glitter pieces. They're chunky, kind of like rocks, like tiny little black rocks in there, and it's really gorgeous, but it does not leave a nice texture on the nail. So I'm also using the gel polish to kind of fill in any gaps or raised pieces you might feel on the nail, just to, you know, prep it so that we get 2 layers of a top coat and the nail will be smoother than if I didn't. I'm having her cure for a full 60 seconds before I'm going in with my favorite Beatles matte top coat. I love it. It is so luxurious and dry matte. When I say matte, it mattifies your nails so lovely. You don't get white streaks on it, and I just think it's really, really pretty. Especially for a set like this where there's so much going on, mattifying it just takes it down a little bit. And it gave this really cool effect with that rose gold foil that we added earlier. It kind of gives a muted sparkle under the nail, but I'm gonna apply it to all of the nails, being very careful not to flood her cuticles and or sidewalls, and then I'm gonna have her cure for 2 minutes just to make sure that everything is nice and dry. So this is what the set ended up looking like, just really soft and pretty, but it has a lot going on, but not too much. I really hope you like this video. I loved working on the set. I love working on this client. It's always super fun and different, and I'm always pushing myself, and it always comes out a little bit just surprising. So hopefully you like this video. Like if you do, subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.